Welcome everyone to our session today. My name is Ntabiseng Todezi. I am from AfricaKidsCode. So, our topic for today is keeping your family safe online. Okay. If there's something we are not covering, please let me know. I will explain today's session, and I would like you guys to participate, ask questions, comment, and answer questions. Let's discuss the challenges on parenting in the digital age. Modern kids have never known a time when they could connect to the entire world via internet. In fact, they probably spend more time online than anyone else. Certainly more than you as parents. Ask yourself, how old were you when you got a hold of this kind of technology? For kids today, the internet is becoming a part of growing up. Children being the fastest adopters of the technology, 15 to 24 years old typically outnumber the overall online population. The global proportion of young people aged 15 to 24 using the internet is about 71%, is significantly higher than the proportion of the total population using the internet, about 48%. The internet is becoming more and more prevalent in the daily lives of our children and our own. Children will be online from an early age. We can limit how often, but it will happen. The children of today are growing up in a very different world compared to our generation. Most parents feel they know what teens are doing online, but teens don't think so. What are children actually doing online? Question. Okay, I can see some are saying gaming, downloading, okay, and connecting with friends and family. Okay, do you feel you have a complete handle on what they're doing? How do you monitor what they're doing online? Okay, someone is saying I should check my website history. Okay. Well, the children of today are growing up in a very different world compared to our generation. Many of you will have a film grip on what your children are doing online, but here are a few examples of what might happen or what they're doing online. The digital technology has become a fundamental part of children's lives. Your children need to understand these same principles apply online. Although there's a tendency to limit access, technology can be an amazing force of good. While 64% can chat online with their friends and family, while others watch video clips, 52%, while 53% play online games against friends and family. Turn on your neighbor and for 2 minutes, introduce yourself, your name, where you're from. What are the biggest concerns you're facing with keeping your children safe online? Now, I'll give you 30 seconds to do so. Okay. What there are other concerns with the children being online? Parents? Okay. Um, okay, some are saying their screen time. Okay, some are complaining about their concerns about controlling what they see online. Okay. Someone is saying the games they play. Okay. Well, you're not alone. Many more parents share the same worries and are search for help. Now, with this, you are not alone. We're going to discuss anything that you think isn't appropriate for any reason. Parents need to be more involved, engaged, and educated. Children are more technology savvy than than any parent. Safety is paramount. I am concerned with what they get up to when I'm not monitoring them. This is the area of technology kids don't play outside anymore. People can pretend to be anyone online. I don't want them stumbling across things they shouldn't be stumbling across. Well, these are the concerns. Parents often forget the positive side of technology and they should embrace and reinforce it. We want to embrace the opportunities available for kids out there to use technology. You can get access to a wealth of information for learning, homework. There are also a lot of interactive tools, games that can aid learning, some of which can be done with parents. Ways to find opportunities for work, from starting a blog to following your favorite artists on Instagram. The internet can be a great way for young, inspiring creativities to get started. However, the internet remains a complex place which was not built intentionally for children and is not as regulated as other children's services. Well, 76% use the internet for homeworks and research. Well, 45% use it to research work and study opportunities, while 33% create and upload their own music there. We should see tech as an enabler, but also with some much power comes more responsibility and a need for a better understanding of how we are using it. Therefore, it's imperative you get involved in your child's online activity and guide them through a safety, guide it through safely. We are going to go through the common areas that children come up against when browsing online. Sorry. Sets digital ground rules for the family. Discover and manage family friendly content. Protect your family's online privacy and security. Every family is different, and therefore, the limitations, restrictions, and guidelines you want your family to live their digital lives should be up to each individual family. Setting ground rules can help you enjoy the best of internet while understanding that there's a limit where the good of the internet can become a negative impact of abuse if abused and overused. Well, for about 3 to 5 minutes, ask the participants to discuss if they currently set ground rules on their digital usage in the house. For example, with TV, devices, for dinner or for family time. Well, what is important about ground rules? Well, you are not alone. Many more parents share the same worries and are searching for help. There are three main activities we recommend setting ground rules around. These include screen time, the kind of information you share, and the way you behave online. We will go into depth on each of these topics now. Establishing family values online. Consider managing their behavior by establishing how you expect them to act online, training others as they'd want to be trained or treated. Treat others as you want to be treated, and saying online only what they would say face to face are great place to start. How do you currently approach screen time with your children, parents? Okay, others saying they're confiscating the phone when it's time for dinner. Okay. Okay, others are switching their kids' devices off when it's family time. Oh, okay. Well, are you good with screen time yourself? Okay. The positive effects of screen time and the downwards with the screen time with the participants are complete homework, search for information online, and in some school, complete and submit work remotely. Connect with friends and family. Keep in touch, share what's happening. Those are the positive screen times. The down ones. Effect of screen time on sleep. Sleep cycles are affected by blue light from screens, taking our brain into thinking it is still daylight, making it difficult to sleep. Could encourage antisocial behavior, health issues. There are concerns that children are spending less time outdoors and with peers because they are on devices. So these are the downsides of the negative impact of screen time. Not all online activities are created equal. Take the time to access how particular activities that your child is doing can help or hinder their development as they grow. What kind of activities would you like to limit your child's time on? Okay. What kind of activities would you like to see your child do more of? Thank you. Do your children show a tendency towards any particular apps, programs? Okay. Well, how much time your children should spend using their device is up to you, but there are ways to help see limits when you want. We are extra protective when it comes to families. So we take care of our youngest users by providing parents with the best support to help their children enjoy quality content that parents feel good about. Well, Family Link, sorry, parents manage their children's Google accounts, Chromebook, or Android devices so they can set digital ground rules that work for their families. To set up Family Link, you will need to create a Google account for your child of your family member. If your child is under 13, Google will prompt you with link your email account with theirs. Follow the prompts to accept the terms and conditions. Download the Google Family Link for children from the App Store. The child will then be asked to sign in with their Google account. The app will then prompt the caretaker to sign in using their email, address, and password. The caretaker will be prompted to download the family link for parents on their own device. The caretaker will be prompted to activate the Family Link Manager. Download the Google Family Link from App Store. Family Link helps you to manage the apps your kids uses, temporarily lock your child's device at different times of the day, set screen time limits, locks your child's device remotely, manage their devices, or hide specific apps when it's time to play, study, or sleep. For example, bedtime. Set a bedtime routine to lock your child's phone while they sleep. When it's homework or dinner, lock devices immediately so they can focus on other activities like studying or spending time with family. You might decide the right amount of screen time for your child. It depends on what they are watching, playing, or learning. Use Family Link's app activity reports to see which apps your child is using most. Here are some extra things to consider when setting limits around screen time. Set limits that can change over time. Set rules for your child's account, such as content filters and time limits, and let your child know that these may change as they get older. Settings should evolve over time. Don't just set it and forget it. Keep an eye on usage. You might decide the right amount of screen time for your child depends on what they are watching, playing, or learning. Use Family Link's app activity reports to see which apps your child is using most. Support quality time online. More experts suggest that we should focus more on what children are doing online and less on how long they are online. Encourage them to engage with games and apps that teach them creativity or problem solving skills. Keep an eye on your child's screen time. How would you talk to your child about screen time? Well, there's an activity. There are three examples: balancing homework versus social media. If your child only wants to spend time online, keep a positive attitude towards screen time. Well, run a group discussion in your peers. Can you discuss how you approach the following issues? How to allow time for homework and not social media? How to keep a positive relationship with screen time, not using it as a punishment. What do you do if your child only wants to spend time online? As group of peers, I'll give you about a minute to discuss this. Okay, I see some answers coming in. Thank you. Of course, it's important for children to know and understand why finding screen time balance is important. For that reason, would like to suggest using these three discussion points for talking about screen time with your children. Does technology ever prevent you from being present? To begin, talk about how devices can sometimes cause people to miss out on things that matter to them. Touch on times when you weren't fully there for a particular moment because you were on your phone, and ask your kids if they've observed others, like friends or family, not being fully present with the people around them. Have your kids also experienced a time when they were distracted from an important moment because of the technology? How did they feel about it? What were they on a particular app or game when it happened? And have they noticed a pattern in their own activity? How does screen time affect focus and why does it matter? What are the times and places your family feels it's important to be focused? Is it during homework? While spending time with another? Talk about how to approach technology during these times when you want to keep your attention on a task. Reflect on what balance feels like, not only for your children, but for the whole family. Then look to apply that concept to the times and places throughout their day. Reflect on ways to control screen time. Allow your children to help you come to a solution on how to balance their own screen time. Activity. I will want one parent to be a child and one to act as a parent. We're going to brainstorm difficult scenarios. Well, as a parent, explain to the child the problem with the negative use of screen time and find a solution. Now, as a parent, you're going to explain to a child the negative impact of screen time and you're going to find a solution. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to discuss this. The digital age has made it super easy to share info online as we are able to connect with friends and families through our mobiles and social media. However, with this accessibility comes consequences. Can you think of any negative consequences to the freedom of expression sharing online has given children? Okay, I see invasion of privacy. Okay. Okay, someone saying social comparison. Okay. Okay, somebody says digital footprint. Okay, creating rules around and what to share will help your family be more aware, manage their info online, such as photo or private information. Here are some discussion points we recommend for talking to your family about consequences of sharing too much online. First, teach them about their digital footprint. Together with your children, search online for yourself or a musician that they love and talk about what you find. You may want to check the results in advance, talk about what others can learn about you from these results and how you develop a digital footprint online. Number two, help minimize social comparison. Make sure that your child knows that what friends share online is just one part of the whole story, and it's usually the highlights. Remind them that everyone also has boring, sad, or embarrassing moments that they don't want to share. Number three, teach them about oversharing. Brainstorming solutions for oversharing, such as taking down what was shared or fixing privacy settings. If it happens, help them to keep things in perspective. Some embarrassing moments are serious, but others are just good learning moments. Number four, establish your family values online around harassment and bullying. Be clear about what you expect them to act online. Treating others as they would want to be treated. Saying online. Number five, talk about meaning behind someone's words and encourage positivity. Talk about tone of voice and remind your children that it's in better internet, one free of a inspiration. It's truly possible, and it's a and it starts with the individual digital user. Sorry, it starts with you, with me, and the next generation of users we are raising up. The digital age has made it super easy to share info online as we are able to connect with friends and families through our mobiles and social media. However, with this accessibility comes consequences. Can you think of any negative consequence to the freedom of expression sharing online has given children? Thank you for your answers. The internet offers entertainment for everyone. Many of us spend our time on the internet through laptops, smartphones, iPads. The internet is the internet is gives us access to the entertainment we seek online. We gain new experiences, watch videos, view photos, and experience new topics and areas of internet online. We gain online services. The internet provides the services like emails, online banking, online shopping worldwide. Business owners use the internet to connect with customers online. Online shopping enables someone in America to buy things in Asia or anywhere else connected through some simple clicks of the mouse. The internet is a big reason behind us spending as much time on these gadgets. The internet brings many opportunities to those who choose to use it. Questions? Questions? Moving right along. Explained in this section will demonstrate, where possible, the tools that can be used to filter and control what can be seen online. How do you use the internet? How do children use the internet? What kind of apps do they use and what kind of content do they consume? Well, let's find out. Many of these they come across will depend on your child's age and maturity level. Get a sense of which of these are most worrying to parents and how do they currently monitor if their children has came across these. It can be difficult to monitor what your child is viewing, as they can access this material through any internet enabled device, including mobile ones such as phones or tablets. Now, we know kids. We know kids will be kids because they are naturally curious, but there are many technical tools and parental tools you can use to filter content and sites, and let's look at an approach that should help. Family links provide a comprehensive set of features for finding and managing family-friendly content. Set content restrictions in Google Play through Family Link, blacklist or whitelist specific websites, set filters for web browsing, and turn safe search on and off with Family Link. If getting parental control coverage installed on each of your family's device starts to seem too difficult, consider the features available through your broadband providers. If you're using the Google Chrome browser, available as a free download, there's a feature that lets you create different account profiles for supervised users and managers, giving you complete control of how your child uses the internet. Safari has built a restriction setting. You can activate or block adult content. Firefox and IE also have varying parent control you can activate. You can go one step further, or on certain websites and internet platforms such as Google, YouTube, and iTunes, you can switch on a family friendly filter that should identify and filter out potentially mature content. Once again, there are no flawless systems, so it makes sense to use this alongside other parental controls. Google Safe Search is one of the primary parental control options offered by Google to help parents police search results. Safe Search helps to filter mature and potentially expert content out of search results. YouTube is not available for kids under the age of 13 years old. Should take note. Enable Safe Search link is provided over Safe Settings. YouTube Restricted Mode. YouTube's community guidelines include guides on nudity or sexual content, hateful content, harmful or dangerous content, or and violent or graphic content. Whilst YouTube work hard to ensure all videos meet their community guidelines due to the high volume of content uploaded to the site each day. There is of all ages. Restricted mode is there to help protect the YouTube experience when you're watching YouTube content together. When enabled, you will also not be able to see comments or on the videos that you watch to avoid any unwanted discussion. Please note, YouTube requires account holders to be 18, but a 13-year-old can sign up with a parent's permission, as many young people may access YouTube with their parents' permission, but may still view content not in their parents' presence. We ensure we are equipping you to protect your family's viewing experience. YouTube Kids is specialized video app. The app tailored towards children with specially curated content, parental control, and filtering. YouTube Kids is the first Google product built from the group app with kids and families in mind. The YouTube Kids app offers a more contained YouTube experience for kids. The content is generated by YouTube creators, but uses the power of Google system to try to filter out content that may not be appropriate for kids. You can read more about the options for potential control at www.youtube.com for kids. Read Along is an Android app developed to aid kids in grades 1 to 5 to learn to read confidentially, anytime, anywhere, using their own voices. It is a speech based reading app that encourages children to read aloud just the way they naturally do, making it an engaging way to learn to read. Um, to read. Read Along uses Google's existing speech recognition and text to speech technology that powers the Google Assistant to serve as a personalized reading tutor for kids and works even when completely offline. The helpful in app AI powered reading buddy Dia also encourages them by providing positive reinforcement when they read correctly and helps out by giving suggestions when they don't. The benefits of Read Along are independent reading with friendly assistance, global collection of stories, playful learning, get better every day, personalized profiles, learn without Wi Fi, private and secure. Dia is an expressive animated reading assistant. Dia can read the entire sentence, highlighting each word as it reads so that the child can follow along. As children read aloud, Dia detects if a child is struggling with a passage or text and is able to provide positive reinforcements to help. Children can ask Dia at any time to help them read a sentence or pronounce a word they don't know or understand. Users can tap on any word to hear it pronounced. When they practice reading a word, the app will show them if the word was read correctly by making it green. For non-native speakers of a language, Dia explains the meaning of a word or the sentence in the native language on tapping for help. The app tracks progress on the sentence and proactively offers support if detects that the user is struggling. Read Along offers 100 stories per language with recommendation books can be downloaded and read offline. Users can collect rewards and awards to drive learning. Google Read Along, a free offline speech based reading app with one on one assistance, helps kids aged 6 to 11 learn To read, kids can improve their reading skills using Magic of the Voice that is downloaded at playgoogle.com store. It helps your kids have fun while improving their reading skills using the magic of their voice. In case they haven't been mentioned, here are some other ways you might approach. Start a conversation. Talk to your child about what they might find on the internet. Help them to understand that sometimes they may come across things that you shouldn't prefer them not to see, and that might upset them. Encourage them to come and talk about it. Think before you click. Help your child understand that by clicking on pop-ups or links is unsolicited emails that offer things that are too good to be true, may end up in them accessing content they didn't intend to see. Teach them to ignore pop-ups. Supervise if you can. May be able, may be ideal for younger children. If you can try and be in the same room as your child when they are online. That way, you can keep an eye for what kind of content they are accessing. Questions? Okay. Protect your family's security and privacy. Well, this is going to be a survey. Well, you're going to have to share your ideas in the chat box. Pay attention. We live online. Children as well as adults like to post pictures online. Our online profiles also share a lot of personal information about us, such as age, school location, activities we like. Unfortunately, this type of information only helps scammers and groomers to manipulate children. With children removing the privacy settings, that leaves a lot of information open on the web for anyone to use. The first step of helping your children to safe is understanding themselves or ourselves, the type of information available on each platform, and what privacy settings we could control. We all know you can. We all know you care about your family's security online. What affects you? What affects your child also affects the entire family. What are kind of dangers to both your family and your own security exist when participating on online activities? We are going to cover three topics. Number one, stranger danger. Two, identity theft. Three, cyberbullying. Also known as online grooming, as grooming as a word used to describe people befriending children in order to take advantage of them for sexual purposes. It is easy to pretend to be someone else on the internet, so children can sometimes end up having conversations with people whose real identities they might not know. Online grooming may be hard for parents to recognize uh, it because it can happen when children are at home. Also, groomers may specially warn children not to talk to anyone about it. Online groomers are not always strangers. In many situations, they may already have met them through their family or social activities and use the internet to build report or with them. Sometimes children don't realize they've been groomed and think that the person is their boyfriend or girlfriend. You may want to investigate further if you see your child exhibiting any of these signs, being secretive about who they are talking to online, using sexual language you wouldn't accept them to know, switching screens when you come near the computer. Grooming can be a tricky subject to talk about. A good way in is to say you've read a story about this happening and ask them if they know if any one of their friends have experienced anything similar. Talk about the risk. Make sure your child knows that not everyone online is who what they say they are. Encourage them to come and talk to you if they are not sure about the identity of someone online. A- Agree the rules. Discuss with your family about where you stand. Sharing information with strangers online, keeping secrets from parents, and boundaries to individual privacy, sharing pictures of their bodies, houses, or friends, meeting with friends they have met online in an offline space. Stay engaged. From time to time, review their social media together. You or a family member might want to be there, their friend online to ensure they are making sensible choices. If you do friend them, watch and observe rather than taking part. It's important to note, just like adults, children may be at risk of having their own identity stolen and misused. It can be difficult to maintain a children's privacy as they may not understand what information is safe to share online or what difficult privacy settings are on the sites and devices they are using. If a child's identity is stolen, it may not be notified for many years and could be, in some cases, lead to a child being a victim of blackmail, grooming, or bullying. Let's start by understanding some of these to look out for. You may start to suspect your child's identity has been stolen if they get a bill for something they haven't ordered, start to get emails from an organization they don't recognize, receiving any letters regarding government benefits or tax payments. Check their online privacy settings. Go through the privacy settings with your child for every social networking site and app they are signed up to. Excuse me. Agree with them what they'll share and with whom. Check their devices settings. Check the privacy settings on their smartphone and tablets devices. Things to look out for are whether they are set up for location services, sharing of contact, photos, and calendars, Bluetooth sharing, microphone videos, and advertising. See our section on the safety pages of the main devices. Find out what is already there. Search for your child's full name in several search engines and see what information and photographs are public. Use platforms like Deceit Me to check their online exposure. Take action and go incognito. Website on which they appear to remove um, inaccurate comments or photographs. When using public computer, your child can use incognito browsing. If your child's identity has been stolen, be sure to tell any affected website about the problem and get your child to log in and change their password immediately. Personal privacy and security are just as important online as they are offline. Privacy settings need to be updated across any platforms that your children may be using. Most social media platforms are just social media platforms that they can update. Here are some examples of social media platforms that you may be familiar with. Typically, the age limit of these 13 is and they will it's YouTube, and they will privacy settings that you can update to protect their data and digital footprint. Are you familiar with these platforms? Have you updated your own privacy settings on each of these platforms? Well, YouTube is a little different to the others in that you can change the privacy settings on the videos. Open your YouTube app and click on your profile icon to access account menu. Choose your channel. Choose the option button next to the videos. On the privacy settings, choose between private, unlisted, or public. Unlisted means that you can share the video through a link but won't be available to people who are just browsing. Even if we lock down our security settings, anyone able to hack into an account has total access to all of our information. Furthermore, once one account is hacked, a scammer can use this information to influence others. Therefore, one of the best protections against fraud is a strong password. Not all passwords are created equal, and many passwords are easily guessed by hackers. It's a good idea for to protect both yours and your child's identity by ensuring that your password match the strong password standard. Follow these tips for a strong password. Make your password unique. Use a different password for each of your important accounts like your email and online banking. Reusing password for important accounts is risky. If someone gets your password for one account, they could access your email address and even your money. Make your password longer and more memorable. Long passwords are stronger. These tips can help you create longer passwords that are easier to remember. Try using a lyric from a song or a poem, a meaningful quote from a movie or speech, a, a passage from a book, a series, or words that are meaningful to you. Use letters, numbers, and symbols. Passwords with different types of symbols might be more difficult for people to guess, but also might be harder for you to remember. You can set up a recovery info to avoid getting locked out if you forget your password. Avoid personal info and common words. Avoid creating password from info that others might know or could easily find. For example, your nickname or initials, the name of your child or pet, important birthday or years. Cyberbullying. It is really important that children who are bullied online know what simple steps they can take to help them to cope and how to ask for support. Let's look let's look at some do's and don'ts to give you as parents some supports. Sorry. What do you think cyberbullying is? How is it different to other forms of bullying? Well, bullying has changed as the digital world encourages more children to take to social media and anonymous messaging apps to share their experience and Manage relationships. Cyberbullying differs from traditional bullying in that it just doesn't take place at school or in the street. It can enrich into the home of as children spend time online using phone, tablets, or computers. There's a new form of bullying that can parents that may parents are not familiar with. One of the biggest difference between cyberbullying and face-to-face bullying is anywhere, anytime, even when they are at home. You'll hear various different words used in the context of cyberbullying, so it helps to know what each of these means. Can you explain to me what each of these terms mean? Go through harassment, outing, trolling, bans, roasting, and grifting. How do we know where to tell if this is occurring? Well, harassment, targeting an individual or group with persistent or offensive messages which could develop into cyberstalking. Outing, public sharing personal, private, or embarrassing information, photos, or videos about someone online. Trolling, deliberately posting um, provocative and insulting messages about sensitive subjects or inflicting racism or sorry or misogyny on an individual. Bans, not really serious about it. Kids could be cruel but get away with it by saying it was just for bands or fun. Roasting, ganging up on an individual online and sending offensive abuse until the victim is seen to crack. Grifting, abusing and angering people through online gaming. What to look out for? Stopped using their electronic devices suddenly or unexpectedly, seeming nervous or jumpy when using their devices or becoming obsessive, reluctance to go to school or take part in usual social activities. These are the signs that your child is being bullied at school. If you become aware that your child is being cyberbullied, there are a number of things you should aim to do straight away. The do's. Find out why. Try and establish the facts around the incident and keep an open mind. Talk it through. Talk about the blurred line between uploading and sharing content because it's funny or might get lost or likes virus the potential to cause offense or hurt. Teach by example. Model and encourage positive behavior in your child and praise them as they take this on board. Learn from it. Above above all, help your child learn from what has happened. Think about what you could do differently as a parent or harmonizing it with your child and try to talk with another adult to work through any emotions you about the situation. Don't ignore it. Take the situation seriously and don't blame someone else. Don't condone it. If your child was cyberbullying in relations, you should tell them that two wrongs cannot make a right. It will just encourage the bully's behavior. Don't take away their devices. This could make the situation worse and encourage them to find other ways to get online. If you suspect your children is being bullied, has witnessed it, or may even be a bully, these prompts may help spark a more in-depth conversation. I sent something off. Are you okay? I know it's embarrassing to talk about it. I've been bullied, and this is how I felt. Who gets bullied or teased at school? Why? If you are and someone said or did that to you online, how would you feel? What are some ways you would bring up bullying with your children? Question and comments. Well, here are some tips and resources. Explore the Google Safety Center, Safety at Google. Be Internet Smart. Be Internet Awesome is designed to teach children and skills they need to be safe and smart online. It is based on 5 core pillars. Share with K. Be Internet Smart. Don't fall for fake. Be Internet Alerts. Secure your secrets. Be Internet Strong. It's cool to be kind. Be Internet Kind. When in doubt, talk about it. Be Internet Brave. Be Internet Awesome. Run through how Internet is beneficial to both parents and children. Sorry. Digital Wellbeing Family Guide. Created to help you talk about technology with your family through productive conversation and help you identify healthy habits that work for you and your family. At wellbeing.googlefamilies. That's mine. Sorry. It's important not to bury our heads in the sand about technology. When parents say, don't do social media or don't get Snapchat, it's asking to leaving children to cross a busy road without training, and so parents are missing golden opportunities to keep children safe and informed. Experts recommend